Hi YouTube friends, Itzy here, and I'm at near the base of the Blue Mountains, and I'm where actually two streams come together, which when waters come together it's a very magical place. Actually almost looks like three streams come together here. I'm gonna walk across this second stream and see. I hear another stream. So it might actually be three coming down off the mountain into one place. Yes, it is. So I'm in a good spot. There's the third stream coming down. Anyway, I have a interesting topic to talk about today, and that's suicide. There's the third stream. I'm going to sit here and talk to you because it's beautiful here. So, basically, I saw on Facebook this morning, my friend Evan Whirlwind, he wrote he actually did a YouTube video on suicide, and he just lost a friend a couple days ago to suicide. And probably most of us at some point in our life knew somebody who decided to take their life. And I guess wondering, is that an okay option? Is it okay to take your own life when the pain of this earth is too much? So it's really hard to judge what anyone else is ever going through. You can see by the outside world around them what they might be going through, whether it's losing a child or losing a spouse or losing something in your life that you held dear. Is a really hard thing to go through. So, does it make it okay? I don't know. And it's not for me to judge, that's for sure. I guess what I think about is what it is you're leaving behind. And these are the things that, I guess when you go through the end of this incarnation, from what I understand, and whether I'm right or not, who knows, there's no way of really knowing until that time comes, but you have a review of your whole life, basically. So you get this review of your life, and it shows the way you made other people feel in your life. So if we focus on that, and you take your own life, you have to think about what it is you're leaving behind. You're leaving behind... Oh, someone's driving by. They did not look at me. I'm actually trespassing. They didn't even see me in here. Normally, I guess they don't look into the woods. Anyway, so what are you leaving behind? You're leaving behind all your stuff. That's one thing. Which, who really cares about stuff? It's just material stuff. But someone has to deal with all your stuff. And for someone to deal with all your stuff, it could be very painful for them to deal with all your stuff. They go through your whole life, through all of your memories, through everything. Then there's a funeral, a viewing. There's family and friends that will have to go to the nursing home. Did I say nursing home? That's so weird. To the funeral home and have to deal with getting things ready to have a last viewing of your body and for all your friends and family to say goodbye. There's a lot that's entailed in all that kind of stuff, for sure. So you have to someone has to deal with that. So think of those who have to deal with that kind of thing and the after effects of all that. And these people have to carry on without you, which at the time when you're ready to take your life, you're not really that concerned about that kind of stuff, but it's definitely something to think about. There's a lot of mosquitoes here and they're starting to bite me. But I'll deal with it. Anyway, so I guess what I'm saying is there's no judgment, of course, on people who decide to do that, because this earth is painful at times. There's no doubt about it. Sometimes the pain is just unbearable. And I myself, in the last couple years, have been very close to pulling the trigger. And luckily, I kind of had people in my life that knew when to show up at my door. And one time in particular, someone showed up at my door, and I just didn't even know what to say. There they were, and I was pretty close to doing something stupid. Apparently I called them, and I don't remember making the phone call. So that's pretty interesting. I did call them and I asked for help. So pretty wild stuff. Anyway, so basically, if you have people in your life who could use help, who could use support and love, I guess while we're here, it's our job, you know? We have to support and love the people who we care about. And if you take it on as your job, and you're still here on this earth, you have a job. And I'm not talking about your job that you go to 9 to 5 or whatever. I'm talking about the job of being a brother and sister to our fellow human beings. And I was talking with Evan about this, and it's true. I mean, we have things we need to do, and we need to take care of one another and not let anyone feel alone, especially in their darkest hours, for sure. So we are here to take care of one another. I look at my dad, who's in a nursing home. He's going to have a birthday soon on the 4th of July. He lives in a nursing home. And most people would say, my God, that sucks. It's the end of his life. He's just bored and lonely. The truth is, there's times I'm sure he's bored and lonely. I come to visit him often and take him out and do some things. And that's nice. And I'm sure he's bored and lonely nonetheless, at times. But I kind of see this thing going on with him where he feels like he has a job. Because when I take him out, he makes me stop at the dollar store and buy candy. He wants all these bags of candy. Now, he's diabetic. He eats a lot of fruit too, and there's no way to really get him on all fruit down there in, at the nursing home. But I do bring him a lot of fruit. Anyway, so he's diabetic, and I say, Dad, all this candy, I don't know. And he's like, just let's get the candy. So we get the candy, and what he does is he keeps it in his upper drawer in his room. And the girls, when they're having an off day, they come in and they go in the drawer and get themselves a piece of candy and sit and talk with my dad. So he is on this earth and he has a job to do. And his job is to keep the women and the people that work at the place that he lives happy. And I love it because he took this on as his job. And he has this need to fulfill his obligations. And he does it joyfully. And it's just the coolest thing. So, as long as you're on this earth, you have a job to do. I don't really think, I shouldn't say I don't think it's our right, not our right to take our lives, whether it is or not. Of course it is. It's our own self. We can do what we want. And I certainly don't have any judgment on anyone who takes their own life, that's for sure. I send them love no matter what their decision is. But I do encourage you, if you're thinking about suicide, to kind of think about all these things, because it's kind of important. And I don't know. Be the love, you know. If you say, okay, I'm gonna kill myself next week, so I only have a week to live. Yep, I'm gonna kill myself next Saturday, right? Okay, I only have a week to live. What are you gonna do with that week? So whatever it is that you think you're going to do with that week, if it's your last week on earth, go do it. Go do it. Take that week, whatever it is you have to do, and do it. And then when that time comes next week, say, wow, that was a pretty fun week, gotten to do all the things I wanted to do. And then say, okay, I'm going to put this off for another month. So this is my last month on earth. So let's go have this last month on earth. What are you going to do on your last month on earth here? So I don't know, just something to think about. You could always keep the plan in the back of your head. If you really want to keep it a plan, keep it in the back of your head. Go ahead. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But live every day as if it's your last, because you never really know. whether you take your own life or this tree falls on me or whatever happens. You never know. So anyway, just some thoughts I wanted to share. Thank you, Evan, for your communication with me earlier today. I know we communicate through the ethers, as many of us do these days, but it's good to hear the voice on phone call. Really nice. Take care, my friends. I love you. It's really good having you also as my support system, and I'll be your support system too. I'm there for you, man, because I love you. And thanks for watching. Peace to you. You take care. I love you. Bye.